Hi, Jacob.
Hello, good morning, Graham. How are you doing?
I'm very well, and yourself? I'm glad to hear from you.
Yes, somehow when I ring to people, they can hear me clearly, but I struggle to understand sometimes, so you should try to kind of speak slowly, right?
Okay, that's good. I keep forgetting, because you speak so well, I keep forgetting that English is not your first language. How is life on the good Bibi?
Oh yeah, the life is wonderful. Finally, I have some very good weather. First week, I was in a cruising mode, and I was adapting to the environment. I was cooking a lot. I was sleeping a lot. Having some keep yourself always rested and fed in the case if the bad weather comes. So you have storage full of the energy. And then my manager John started pushing on me. Why are you so slow and stuff? You are in a race. You should do something. I said, okay, let's switch into the racing mode. And then I had one couple of days ago. I had an incident. I put up the Jennaker, the A5, and it ripped off the bracket of my bow. So and the Jennaker, flew away in the air. So I struggled to bring it back, but it went down to the water. But somehow I just managed to bring this back on the deck. But the Jennaker is torn, and I had no brackets. But very next day I found a way. I installed the new bracket because I always have a lot of spare parts and the tools. But I only have A7 or Spinnaker A3. And I'm not very confident with the Spinnaker because I never sailed on the Spinnaker before in my life. So I said, okay, today is a good weather because the wind is dying. I barely do the 4 knots, so I started with the Spinnaker immediately ended with a disaster because after half an hour the squall came and nearly put me down. So I said, okay, no, Spinnaker is not a good idea for now. But I managed to do the goose with the A7 and the Jeep, and for last 24 hours I have 5.4 knots of average, which I think is quite good.
You have been doing well. I've noticed that your averages have picked up, and sometimes you've got a very good daily average, so your competitive sailing skills have obviously improved. Have you learned a lot?
And I also found that... Sorry?
Do you think you have learned a lot of how to handle the boat during this trip?
A lot of what?
Have you learned a lot about sail handling during this passage?
I can't speak. Do I have a lot of...
No, I think our signal must be poor. Have you learned a lot about handling your sails during this passage?
I did a lot of experiments with sails. And basically I think I learned a lot. And next leg I should be doing much better because there's a list of the modification I need to do to my boat to make this kind of more suitable for the racing. So definitely I need to get another Spinnaker for. This is the saving that I really regret now. I'm thinking about getting maybe spare sail because the A7 is such a beautiful sail and it's for the most of the conditions. So I probably will be trying to get a spare one in the case if this one is damaged. The reefing system, because I couldn't afford to put a furler on G, and I need to go on the boat to keep it, put it up. So I need to all the system to hold the sheet for the big sails into the cockpit, and the side I'm sitting, so to be able to put some tension. Small things, and I can do them very quickly with the job.
That's good. So you think you will have enough time and money in Antigua to sort the boat out?
Again, please.
Do you think you will have enough time and money when you get to Antigua to do your job list, to sort the boat out?
Oh yes, because I'm already corresponding with my manager John Henry, and he's coming to Antigua on 13th. So basically, I will have at least 2 weeks to do some jobs, and that's plenty for me. And what I'm finding now, I have so little time for everything. I thought, will I be sailing Atlantic? I have plenty time. I can do some reading. I can do some hobby stuff. And apparently, I struggle with the time. So I wish that the Atlantic was twice bigger because I haven't done the half of the jobs that I've done. But do you know what? I'm reading the last day of the Slocum era.
Oh, really?
What a fantastic book! And yeah, fantastic book. And when you read about the coming to the marina and the port, and sailing the boats, it's like I'm coming back to my early age, because I used to do exactly the same. And I'm just fell in love with this book.
Yeah, we all start as dreamers.
So when I see you in Fiji, I'm sure we have plenty to talk about.
I'm looking forward to seeing you in Fiji. Yes. So how is your skin? You were having trouble with problems from wet clothes on your bottom, on your backside. How is your skin now?
With the clothes.
You said you had trouble with wet clothes were causing problems with your skin. The last time I spoke to you, you had trouble with your skin. Your skin.
You mean the clothing, my skin on my bum?
Yes, yeah, the skin. Yeah, you were wearing a nappy last time because of the skin.
This is painful thing, because mostly I'm on the sitting position, and I'm not used to sit, because all my life I was on my legs, on my feet, and I only sat in a car. And now, whatever you do on the boat, because it's so small, you are either on your knees or on your bum. My knees are not very good because I damaged them during my wrestling career. But and now I'm using too much of the sitting, and generally, this position is not good for me. But the skin is getting slightly bit better, because for the last few days I'm not using any clothing. So, and I try to keep it dry. I'm sitting I took one big towel, and I always try to dry it out over the day. And then when I'm sitting in the cockpit, in the cabin, I sit on the towel, so just keeps the moisture away.
I think that's very good.
The solution.
That's a good approach. And what is your boat dry down below? Is your bunk and the inside of the boat still dry?
Well, my bunks are with the place you keep your legs. They're always full of the water containers or bags or some sort of the things. but only twice over the last since the Lanzarote, over twice I slept fully stretched. Normally I'm sitting in sleeping in a half sitting position or just diagonally in the cabin. Because another thing, I forgot to do the leak lock, so I jumped off the bed during the sleeping 5 times. And each time, you're just sleeping and all of a sudden you wake up, your consciousness comes back and you're halfway flying across the cabin. And the moment when you open your eyes and your head just meets the poles of some object, it's so funny, I tell you. Every time it makes me laugh. But this is one of the modifications that I need to do. I need to make the reclose.
And is the boat dry down below? Is your cabin dry? Do you have any water inside the boat?
No, it's dry. It's dry. It's messy and smelly a little bit because we do lots of cooking. Because when I'm excited or when I'm stressed or something, my body calls for calories. So I like cooking. I like doing the things, and I like sweets. So very often I need to share my food with the floor. But yesterday I managed to do some cleaning and wash the mats. But I never get any water into the cabin. Yesterday I had a lovely shower in fresh water because when I saw the big squall coming, I just closed the cabin and I stood naked with the bottle of the shampoo in my hand. And but it was too short to use the shampoo, but at least I get a nice wash. But in the cabin is all dry.
That's very good. So you've been very good at keeping your hatch protected. And what about your self-steering? What about your wind vane?
About myself, about what?
How is your wind vane? Your wind vane self-steering gear, how is that working?
Well-being?
No, wind vane. The self-steering gear.
Could you simplify and say again, please?
Okay. How is your self-steering gear working?
Oh, Jesus. I can't think the word.
Your wind vane. You have a wind pilot, I think. How is your wind vane?
I was so bad.
Yeah, I'm having difficulty. Just keep talking. Just keep telling me stories.
Sometimes I hear that the best is in first word is the best that I can hear.
Okay, just tell me some more stories. Tell me more about what's happening.
I just can't understand what you're asking. Okay, maybe I try to say something myself. Like I said, I wish the Atlantic is twice bigger because I planned too many things for that trip, and I really struggle with the time. Days are passing so quickly, and they're so short, and I still have the things that I like to do, and I just don't have the time for it. But I'd like. Can I do the big things for and introduce my team?
Yes, that's good.
So because big thanks because I have a great team for the support me, and the manager is John Henley. He's coming to the Antigua. Then I have a technical support guy who designed my electrical system, built this in, and remotely he's able to help me with every electrical or electronic issue. This is Arthur Spack. Another person very important is Deirdre O'Sullivan. She's a of Bibi, and also she's the motivator. So each time I had doubt into myself, she used to comment, she used to say, Jacob, just don't worry, little bit gone, a little bit less to do. Then there's a Mika Bowens from Holland. She's my nutrition consultant, and she's a good blue fairy. And there's the Paddy O'Connor. She's the local boat builder who gives me lots of support and help and advices. Then there's my dear friend Monica Hobbit, and she plays the role of the witch. Every day she burns the white sage, keeps the demons away. Only once she was disengaged because she had to mind her cat, bring it to the hospital and the stuff. So she wasn't thinking about me, and this is the day when the bracket snapped and my generator gets torn. Also, I'd like to do the big thanks to my village. This is the village I live for the last 3 years. And it's called Ahada. H-E-H-D-A. And the most wonderful place to live. And all the people is like one big family, and just like to thank for their help and the support. And I'm so looking forward to come back and have another steak in a Rosie's bar. But often I feel like I'm a Hobbit, like Frodo, going for the big journey around the world and missing his shire. So same way, Ahada is the first place in my life that if I travel, I feel the homesick. I never had this feeling before. That would be it for now, Graham. What do you think?
That's okay. That's good. Yeah. I won't ask you any more questions because obviously we have a poor connection. But I wish you well, and you will be in Antigua in about 4 days, 5 days, maybe.
I was trying to push a little bit to be on Wednesday before the dark. So I will judge this again tomorrow, like in the daylight, in about 10 hours. Because average shows me I should be able to, but the light air is coming, so we will see. If not, I just spend the night in the sea and come in the daylight Thursday morning.
Yeah, good. Did you hear that Ron finished today, 22 days in 5 hours, first over the line?
Yes. John sent me the text saying this. So wonderful. I like to give the big congratulations because he's a wonderful guy and he's so experienced, a very good sailor, and he's really focused on the racing. So I'm gonna catch up with him and ask him for some advices, and I'm sure he will be able to help me with this too.
I'm sure he could. He also could help a lot of people to do better cooking as well. He's a very good cook.
About making the bread.
Yeah, and banana cake, apple cake. Do you bake any cakes?
No, I don't bake. I'm only learner regarding the cooking, and I started learning when I got the divorce. But I really enjoy, and I do lots of fancy things my way. But I do a lot of cooking, a lot.
That's good. Well, the question I was asking you before was, how is your wind vane, your self-steering gear?
Oh, wind vane, yes, it's excellent. It's excellent. I have ordered some spare parts, and the guy called Eli from Holland, he was in Lanzarote, and I spoke to him, and he's organizing me the spare part just in case if something happens. But other than that, it's just perfect equipment. No breakage, no service needed. Works nearly every conditions. Nearly every conditions.
How much hand steering have you done?
For the first 2 weeks, none. Then when John started pushing on me, so I started a little bit more hand steering. But it's like 50-50 because 50% of the conditions the wind pilot can steer better than me, and only 50% I can steer better than him. So now we split the shift and we do half and half.
Yeah. So do you reef a little bit at night to slow down so you can sleep better?
Oh yeah, I sleep all the night.
Good.
I sleep all the night because I often put a little bit less sails in the case if the squall is coming. Sometimes, so usually I work until midnight, then I switch into sleeping mode and I sleep minimum 6 hours, sometimes even 8. Obviously with the waking up every hour, just to, pop the head out, to see everything works, and with the drop, I go sleep again.
And you mentioned before that you enjoy taking sextant sights, doing celestial navigation. How is that going? You still doing some sextant work? Call interrupted.